Now we have Professor Isaiah Adejumobi, Professor of Power System Engineering, FUNAB, joining us live via Zoom. Thank you so much for being a part of the news at this time.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Yes, good evening to you. All right, so we go straight to the question. 17 states in northern Nigeria are still left in darkness after the grid collapsed, and the TCN, the National Assembly, blames the reality on insurgency. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, thank you. I want us to know that, yes, insurgency is one of the major factors. But notwithstanding, we have been having this problem before now. Why the issue of insurgency may be complementing it, this system collapse, there is a primary problem. Knowfully that we have a limited number of transmission lines from south to the north. Let me give you a scenario how the transmission line works. We have 330 kV, that's the the transmission line, high voltage transmission line at 330 kV. We have another ones of transmission at 132 kV. These are the major lines that carry energy from one terminal to the other. These transmission lines, they have what they call thermal capacity. That is amount of load they can carry. But the last time I was here, we said some of these transmission lines have been overloaded, meaning that we are exceeding or we are fully loading them to their maximum thermal capacity, which is not going down well with these cables. In other words, these transmission lines have been overloaded. Now, it's because of these things we are having, for example, about 7 days ago, Waji Makudi line, we have Waji Makudi line 1 and 2. The first one tripped. So they have to transfer the load. Remember, this line have been overloaded already. They now transfer the load on line 1 to line 2, making it the amount of load on them, power, double. The first one was tripped. They transferred the load to another line. Then the second line also tripped. Make us to lose about 500 megawatts. And the same thing all around. Now, they transfer this load to the lower transmission voltage, 132 kV line. And you know the limitation of this line. And I said they have maximum thermal capacity. So these lines, they are weak and they are being overloaded. Apart from the security matter, now these lines have been, necessarily, they have been overloaded. That is one of the major reasons why we are having, apart from security, that's one of, even the security, we are managed to stop the issue of security today. We are still going to have that problem because we have limited number of lines and they don't have the capacity to carry, to export the energy being generated from generation station to transmission station. Thank you.
All right, so Professor, how would you evaluate the proactiveness of the federal government to have electricity supply return to normalcy in this state?
Well, the government should this on their plan now. Probably we have to zone this transmission line. That is, instead of having one single transmission line in Nigeria or two, we can have up to 5 or 6. We segment it, so that with this we'll be able to balance this load that have been transferred from either north to the south, from southeast to the southwest, or from north to the south, and so on and so on. So if we can segment them, We can group them maybe into 5 or 6 or into geological zone, so that we are going to have about 5, 6 transmission line. Then this load will be reduced. That is what one of the reasons. Another thing is to declare state of emergency on the transmission system, create alternative roads, create more roads, so that instead of transferring energy from place to place through 1 or 2 lines, we are going to have so many lines, and they can now share this load. So this issue of incessant blackout will be considerably reduced, if not totally eliminated. So government is trying, but if you can just try to have more lines or segment our transmission system, that is, let's zone it. Let there be one, maybe southeast, southwest, not like that. That will assist us to have a superb and a less burden transmission system.
Right. So before I let you go, the Northern Governors Forum are certainly unhappy about this development. But is it not about time these northern states explore other means of electricity generation like we see obtainable in some other states, some southern states as well?
Well, I think I said this thing last time. North is blessed a lot. Northern states are blessed with wind, they are blessed with solar, sun rays. We can begin to think of how we are going to invest more and more on our wind power, wind energy. We have some good spots where we can establish our wind uh, energy plants in the north, south. We have their solar. So if you can incorporate these renewable energies, so that wind, which is going to be viable in the north, and think and the solar energy is going to assist us. At least it will reduce the stress on those transmission lines, and then it will avoid the people in the north to have energy constantly and efficiently.
All right, thank you so much for being a part of the news at this time. We truly appreciate your input on the topic and ground.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very
All
much.
right. And that was Professor Isaiah Adejumobi, Professor of Power System Engineering